this super important module, guys, on enriching your environments. You see, when you're trying to stay consistent with your habits, your goals, the last thing you need in your way is constantly coming up against obstacles. They slow you down, you become frustrated with them, you often trip up, you have to keep picking yourself up, and before you know it, you're getting tired of what you're doing. Everything becomes a chore and you start to slip off. So, if you could make it easier to do by surrounding yourself with support, both from people and your environment, then surely you would give yourself a much better chance of succeeding and staying consistent. You see, behavior change is hard. And if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. You'd see everyone walking around with the goals that they want, with the bodies they want, the energy they require, in a good mood. But it's not happening. So something needs to also be in play. Other factors are taking control here, which are stopping you from being consistent with your behaviors. And you've heard me say it before. Consistency is about making the habits you want to do easy enough so that you stick to them, and the things that you don't want to do harder to achieve, and they then become the chore. So how do you do that? Well, I want you to think about the environment that you surround yourself with, both physically and those people around you as well, socially, as the invisible hand that shapes your behavior. And I'll show you a few examples, because this was me. I wanted to be lean and fit and strong, but yet I'd create a persona of myself that ate a lot of food. I drank a lot of beer. I used to go out and socialize. I'd finish a hard day at work in the office by going to the bar with other people, and I'd drink. And they had me as the drinking guy. The guy could drink a lot. He could also eat a lot. So what they used to do was they used to buy me beers because I'm the guy that enjoyed drinking and liked to drink a lot. They also then invited me for food, and if there was puddings around, they'd challenge me to eat it because I'm that guy that could eat a lot. And I became overweight. I became lethargic as a result. And my behaviors were shaped by the environment of the people that I was speaking to and surrounding myself with, and the situations I was putting myself in. And to be honest with you, it's like a minefield. Yet you're telling yourself that you struggle to switch off at night, yet your phone is there by your bed and you're just sending that last minute email. You want to stop snacking at night, but you go into the fridge and the chocolate is there right in front of you. Or you want to give up the alcohol and you've got to reach over the beers to get to some fruit, for example. You're making it easy to do the things that you're telling yourself you don't want to do. And it's your environment that's shaping this. You tell yourself you want to go to the gym, but your gym kit's not ready. It's not packed. It's not prepared. So this is what we talk about when we're meaning your environment. It's how you can then shape your surroundings to affect your behaviors. And when I figured it out, I started to stay lean. Now, you might have seen this picture already before, but this is what I achieved when I started to change the people I hung around with. I started to change my own physical environment, and I started to change the places where I hung out. And this was the result. Yes, it's about your habits. Yes, it's about discipline. It's about all those things. But I was able to maintain consistency mainly through shaping my environments. And this is something we're going to cover, and I want you to really work on as part of this challenge. You see, most people have environments that conflict with the goals, and I've gone into some examples already. There are distractions at hand all the time impacting on you. Your phone is by your side, notifications are going off, and you rely on willpower and motivation instead of focusing on your environment. If the phone wasn't there, you wouldn't be distracted by it. If the chocolate bar wasn't on offer, if you weren't in a work environment and people had cake there in front of your face, you wouldn't want it. So it's like, how do you get rid of that? shape your environment to shape your behaviors. And you surround yourself with the wrong people. Now, I'm not saying ditch all your friends, but you're listening to the wrong things. So start to enrich the language that you use around yourself. Listen to positive things, educate yourself, listen to podcasts. Listen to audiobooks rather than the news telling you about all doom and gloom. These are all things that are going to shape the way you behave. And you then start to beat yourself up over it because you can't stay consistent. Well, the truth of it is, if your environment is there tripping you up all the time, then you are going to fail. And you will believe the fact that you can't be consistent and you will give up. Well, what we want to be able to do is to make it easier. As I've already mentioned, remove those temptations, reduce the need for willpower simply because the thing is not there. You know, I'm sure you've heard the saying, out of sight, out of mind. Well, if something's out of sight, you've removed the temptation. And then replace current negative options. Have fruit on site, on the table, so that when you go into the kitchen for something to eat, that fruit is there. And it helps reduce decision fatigue. And then surround yourself with people who are going to lift you and aid in your progress. You know, if your other half, if your partner wants you to succeed, tell them what it is you want to do, what you want to achieve. If you tell your other half that you don't want to eat chocolate, they'll probably be very good at reminding you when you start to pick up the chocolate bar. Like Amma, property consultant, 48 years old, he's working ridiculous hours in his own, he was meeting clients in pubs and restaurants whilst looking after his sick father. So he was under a lot of stress. And he wasn't basically stopping until his head hit the pillow. So he got help with his father and employed a PA to sort his diary out. I challenged him to change his meeting locations. He did. He started to lose weight. And he replaced the phone in the bedroom with a notebook so he could journal. So he changed his behaviors. Yeah, he changed his environment to shape the behaviors he wanted to achieve. And he lost 2 stone and built some solid muscle whilst at 48 years old and a busy life. So quick wins that I'm going to suggest, guys, is have your gym kit ready by the side. Hide the chocolate and the beers so they're out of sight. Put fruit and water in full view. Think of who can support you. Spend more time with them. Tell them what your goals are. Carry things around with you that are going to aid you, such as your water bottle. And sleep's one of the biggest things you can change and make a massive improvement on. So create a sleep sanctuary. And I've got a sleep sanctuary worksheet that you can download in the comments above. And the action steps that I want you to do, the homework to do, is review your current environments at home, in the bedroom, in the kitchen, in the workplace, the people you hang around with, the people you speak to, the things you listen to. The list is not exhaustive, okay? And then look at how you can remove the temptations within those environments that are easily accessible or are going to trip you up. I want you to replace the options that you currently have with something better. And this reduces then the decisions you have to make that rely on willpower. And then I want you to review your performance as you go, each and every week. Once you've made the changes, review how it's going. And then if you need to make changes, make the changes. So like I said, the worksheet is in the comments above. Download it, start working on that, and start implementing those action points. As usual, guys, as we're coming towards the end, don't forget we've got strategy sessions on offer. You can book your call in with Greg using the link, and just think what you can get from this strategy session. A clear roadmap where we help you with this stuff. We'll help you identify what your obstacles are with your environments, gain clarity and certainty on your goals, and help you create a roadmap that will get you to desired outcomes, okay? You can then be one of the success stories for yourself or with us. It's up to you. And you can be the role model and the leader in your own life, influencing those around you as well. Okay? Right, guys. Hope you found that useful. Let me know in the comments what you took away from it. What was your biggest takeaways? And shout done when done in the comments below. And I'll speak to you on the next module. Okay? Cheers now. Bye-bye.